The life of Morgan. Once upon a time, in a vast forest, where animals lived in harmony under the wise rules of nature, there was a human tribe living near the forest's edge. They had lived for a long time, depending on the land, the trees, and the animals around them. However, not all creatures in the forest lived peacefully. One night, when the darkness had fully covered the forest, Shen, the lame tiger, decided to attack the human village. Due to an injury in a previous battle, Shen couldn't hunt strong animals like deer, so it thought of hunting the weaker humans, which would be easier. With a loud roar that echoed through the forest, Shen led the attack on the village, destroying everything in its path. Alongside Shen was a jackal, its loyal sidekick. Shen charged into the village, tearing everything apart and causing chaos. When Shen attacked a villager, it leaped onto a patch of red flowers in the forest and roared loudly. Far away, Warwick, a wolf mother, was sitting outside her den with her cubs, sensing something was wrong.
This cowardly tiger, it can't hunt strong deer, so it targets the weak humans. It's just a lame tiger, not even worth fearing.
When the roaring stopped, everything went quiet again. But shortly after, a rustling noise from the bushes caught Warwick's attention. She immediately prepared to attack.
What is that sound? Be quiet, we must check.
As they parted the bushes, they were surprised to find a child, a human child, who had fled from the village and crawled into their den. The child looked frail and scared, with wide eyes full of fear but not threatening in any way. Warwick couldn't leave the child to die.
This child has nowhere else to go. I will raise it, give it a home. We won't let it perish out there. I'll raise it as one of my own.
Warwick, this is a big decision. The pack may not accept the human child. We need to discuss this carefully. Can it live peacefully among us?
We will give it a chance. It is not a threat. If we help it, perhaps it will become part of our family.
After a tense meeting with the pack, Warwick, Uter, and Nidalee, the Black Panther, decided to raise the child, naming him Morgan, and teach him the ways of the forest. Although not everyone in the wolf pack agreed, they ultimately allowed Morgan to live with them. Bagheera, the Black Panther, was the first to take on the responsibility of teaching Morgan self-defense, while Uter, the bear, taught him how to live in harmony with nature and courage.
Morgan, the forest is dangerous. Every creature can either be your enemy or your ally. You need to learn to listen to nature, to live in peace with all the creatures here. One day, you'll have to return to your own kind. But before that, you must understand who you are.
Morgan learned a great deal from the animals in the forest. He learned how to collect honey from Udir, how to catch fish from Nidalee, and how to live in harmony with the animals from Warwick. He also learned to communicate with the creatures of the forest, from deer to birds, and understood the importance of respect for nature. However, despite learning so much, part of Morgan's heart still felt like he didn't fully belong there. He missed the humans he had known, the village, and the life he had before.
Udir, do I really belong here? This forest is my home, but I still feel like something is missing.
Forest is where you are protected, but don't forget that there's another place you can return to. One day you'll have to face your own choices.
However, life in the forest was not all joy and peace. Shen, the fierce tiger, began to take advantage of Warwick's weakness to seize leadership of the wolf pack. As Warwick grew weaker, Shen decided to force the pack to hand over Morgan to him, or he would destroy the entire forest.
If you don't hand over Morgan, I will keep hunting and destroy everything you have. I'll turn this forest into a wasteland.
We will never hand Morgan over to you. If you want to fight, we will fight to the end.
When the threat from Shen grew more serious, Morgan realized that he couldn't keep hiding anymore. He had grown up and was ready to face the challenges. With guidance from Bagheera and help from Udir, Morgan devised a plan. He decided to use the intelligence and strength of the animals to defeat Shen once and for all. One day, Morgan led a herd of cattle into the canyon where Shen was hiding. He rode on the back of one of the buffalo, guiding the herd towards Shen.
Follow me, cattle. Let's chase Shen away.
The entire herd rushed into the canyon, their hooves thunderously shaking the ground. Shen, seeing the herd charging towards him, panicked, but had no way of escaping. The herd of cattle came thundering down the canyon, and Shen was knocked down under the hooves of the buffalo. The tiger was crushed by the force of the herd.
Shen is defeated. We no longer have to fear him. The forest is peaceful again.
Morgan brought Shen's skin back to the wolf pack, and when they saw the trophy, they couldn't hide their joy. Warwick was honored and reinstated as the leader of the pack, and Morgan, having completed his mission, decided it was time to leave the forest and return to the humans.
Thank you all, my friends. I will never forget you. You gave me love, wisdom, and a family, but now it's time for me to go.
And so, Morgan's adventure in the forest came to an end. He returned to the humans, carrying with him wonderful memories of the time he grew up in the forest, where friendship, courage, and sacrifice were always present. Morgan's story, the tale of the child raised in the forest, became a legend, known both by humans and the creatures of the forest. The forest and the village lived happily ever after,